Guys, what's up and welcome. It's Matthew here, the designer and developer. Let's continue with our React Hook form series. We want to dive deep into the science of handling forms. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this tutorial, I am going to give you the concept and the theory sufficient enough to master React Hook form once and for all. And I repeat, once and for all. What makes this library a bit confusing or hard to understand, it's simply because it has got a lot of things, a lot of methods, a lot of components, a lot of hooks. Okay, so having a structure and understanding theoretically, conceptually of what's going on, it makes it easier for you to some sort of easily master and understand and use this package. So let's just go to the whiteboard. Okay, so the first thing that we have to know, okay, let's say this is React Hook form. Okay, React Hook form. Okay, what is React Hook form? Okay, always think of React Hook form like this. Okay, it's a collection. Okay, it's a collection of let's say components. Okay, it's a collection of components, specifically JSX. Okay, what do I mean by this? I mean inside the React Hook form there is a, let's say, a JSX container. Okay, okay, this will be rendered as an output. Okay, meaning that it will be rendered inside the render method. It's some sort of an element. If we were talking of HTML, we can say, let's say this is a div. Okay, treat of it like that. Okay, so we've got those inside the React Hook form. At the same time, we've got number two, we've got form methods. Okay, we've got form methods. Okay, these are all the methods that the form uses. For instance, if you're having a form, it must have a method on submit, meaning that when you are submitting the data, the form needs to take the data somewhere. Okay, so we've got those form methods. Okay, and at the same time, let's say we've got some form methods. Okay, let's say example on submit. Okay, for now, let's just end it here because I want this to be general so that you can sequentially try to commit it to your brain. Okay, we've got components, JSS elements. We've got form method, which is something like a submit method. And at the same time, number three, okay, we've got validation. Okay. The validation, it's when you are preventing the user from submitting a form if maybe a text input is empty. That's validation. If maybe you are expecting in that text input an email and the user put numbers, then you will tell the user that incorrect email. Okay. So that's a validation. So we've got two types of validation here. Okay. We've got an internal validation. Okay, validation. I'm not going to continue that. And we've got an external validation. Okay, external validation. Okay, so meaning that when you're validating, you can validate in React Hook form, which is, it's more like basic. Okay, you can make sure that the input is required, it's there before you continue, but this doesn't give you like details. Okay, like some sort of advanced validation method. So there are some third-party libraries which React Hook form integrate with. For instance, the validation schemas. Okay, which is the external one. We might have Zod, the one that we are going to use, and we've got yep. Okay, we've got yep. So meaning that we are going to install some external what can I say, some external schema libraries, which is Zod and or YAP. Okay, and then you can use it to validate. Okay, that means you can integrate it with that. And then at the same time, number 4, I can say we have TypeScript. Okay, React Hook Form is built on top of TypeScript. So if you want to understand it and also be able to manipulate it, okay, it's very important you understand TypeScript. I think the most important part on TypeScript it's generics. Okay, TypeScript generic. I think generic method or something like that. Okay, generic types. Yes, generic types. Okay, so it's very important you understand TypeScript generic types. So as you can see, we've got some components in here. We've got some form methods. We've got validation. We've got types, and let's say number 5. Okay, we've got watchers. Okay, okay. Here on TypeScript form, you can watch your fields, okay, as you use them. Okay, let's say watch fields. Okay, watch fields, and you can also watch errors. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's say you are trying to use the form and it doesn't behave the way in which you want to. Okay, so what you can do, you can take, let's say, the watch variable, okay, for watching the field, and then you can console log it, and then it will give you an object with all your field. Okay, name. Let's say inside name. I apologize about that. Let's say inside name there is Matthew. Okay, and then inside password there is 2024. What a strong password. Okay, so as you can see, so you can watch some variables, more especially this is very important in terms of debugging. Okay, you can watch them so that you can see what the React hook form does under the hood as you are typing. Okay, then this will change. If you are typing the password, this will change. Okay, so these are all the things that are found in the React hook form. Okay, React hook form library. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to structure this. Okay, that means now I'm taking it one step further. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to draw a Venn diagram. Okay, that helps you understand where are you pulling these from. Okay, if you think that you are pulling these from one place, obviously that's what makes this library a little bit confusing or a little bit hard to understand. Okay, so now let's do the Venn diagram. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change some colors here. Okay, so we need to draw the entire React hook form, let's say source file. Okay, this is the actual biggest container. Okay, the actual biggest container. So let's just draw it here. I hope my circle is going to be perfect. I hope as a graphic designer, I'm supposed to draw. As you can see, guys, perfect. Okay, the computer has helped me there. Okay, so this is the React hook form. Let's say, let me just type something here so that this can be very useful. Okay, this is where you are importing from. Okay, let me just type here import, right here import. Okay, so that you can have an idea in terms of the code. Where is this? Okay, import from. Okay, usually in React we are going to put some strings there. Then let me type here React. Okay, we are importing from React dash hook dash form. Okay, excuse my writing. So This is coming from React hook form in your import. Okay, it has got everything. Okay, but inside this source, there are some partitions. Okay, so it's very important to know what is inside the global, let's say the global section, and what is inside some section. Okay, some rooms. Okay, let's put it that way. Okay, so in the global section, okay, in the global section, let me use red. Okay, you can get a controller. Okay, okay, a controller. I'm always going to put a type of this so that you can understand how do you use it. A controller is a JSX file. It's more like a div. How do you use it? When you are importing it from here, you use it like this. Okay, okay. I think it's a self-closing tag. It doesn't have to have children. Okay. Okay, so it will ask you a lot of things, more especially in TypeScript. It will ask you to give it a name. Okay, it will want the control. Okay, the control. It's a controller, so it must control something. Okay. Please take note of this control because you will see we are getting it also from here. Okay, control. Okay. Since we are not in this container yet, I'm just giving you an idea. Okay, why this exists. Okay. Um, in the web technology, you can get an input like this. Let's say the pure input or the original input. However, if you are using a UI library like ShadCN, okay, like ShadCN, you are going to get a controlled input, a pimped version. Maybe let's say ShadCN decide to call their own input text input, let's say. Okay, text input. Okay, as you can see, this is a pimped version. So it means that this and this, they are not the same. Okay. So now you need to understand how ShadCN handles the change event of the text input. So as I type here, what method is ShadCN using? Let's say ShadCN use, this is just a stupid or dummy example. Okay. Instead of using on change, ShadCN use in change. Okay, for a function that handles the change of this. Okay, as you can see, the React hook form might be used to the on change event. Okay, here on a React element, but now it happens that ShadCN uses in change. Okay, now these are not going to be compatible. Even if you can use React hook form to manipulate this, okay, it's not going to work because this guy has been controlled, so it uses a different method. So to reconcile that, okay, you wrap this method, the controlled method. Let me just draw this like this. So what you will do, you will wrap the controlled method, okay, inside the controller, a JSX element. You will wrap it inside the controller. For now, I'm not going to put the actual name. I'm just going to, this is the in change. Okay, this is this one. Okay, and then this is the controller, and then from there, okay, as it's here, where do you put it inside the controller? There is a method here called render. Okay, as you can see, once the method it's render, um what design pattern are we using it here? Okay, what design pattern are we using? It's called a render prop. Okay, this is called a render prop. More about that later. Okay, but it's a pattern. Okay, so inside a method called render, okay, which expect a JSX, okay, which is you will render this guy. Okay, and this is where inside here you will reconcile these changes. Okay, these changes. Okay, this controller will supply you with a field method. Okay, I'm not going to get deep here, but I'm just giving you an idea. Okay, with the field, let's say object. And then what you will do inside here, you will then reconcile and say in change. Okay, in change, then equal to field. Let's say this is field dot on change. Okay, now the React hook form through a controller, okay, which is a wrapper, a JSX element through that controller, which has a render method using a render prop pattern, React pattern. It can now control this controlled component. As you can see, maybe it's coming from Material UI or it's coming from ShadCN. Okay, this is the use of a controller to help you manipulate components which are coming from a UI library. Okay, I hope that one is clear. If it's clear, please don't forget to subscribe, guys, to help the channel to grow. Okay, and then from then, what else do we have? We have resolver. Okay, and bear in mind, I am not going to type all of these methods, guys. I'm just going to type the one that we are most likely to use. Okay, resolvers, resolver. Okay, here I think you've got an idea. Okay, I don't think so because I didn't explain it. Remember, I said with React hook form, you can validate internally, which is very simple and basic, or you can validate externally. Okay, so when you're validating externally, you need this resolver. How do you use this resolver? In this resolver, this is more like a method. Okay, this is more like a method. Okay, and then in this method you will pass, let's say, a zod resolver. Okay, please, guys, this is a pseudo code. This might not be like what can I say, this might not be exact, believe me. Okay, it might not be what can I say, it might not be 100%. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, I'm just trying to show you, okay, how these things work, so that at least you know that this is more like a method. It will consume a different resolver as a dependency, which is, it might be a zod resolver or it might be yep. So I hope you do get that one. Okay, so the other thing that we want here, from, let's see. Okay, the other thing that we want here from this guy, okay, from this outer container, we want submit handler. Okay, here we can get also a submit handler. Okay, a submit handler. Okay, what is this? Okay, is this a function or what? This is not a function, this is a type. Okay, so the submit handler, okay, let's say this is a method. Okay, and this is a type. Okay, okay, this is a type. Let's say you are having your own submit function. Okay, what type is it going to be? For instance, let's say this is the submit method. It has to receive data because React hook form is going to give it a data, and then from there you can use whatever you want to do with that data. So this is a certain type, as you can see, it receive. So you don't really have to type this. Okay, this type, it's what, it's of submit handler. Okay, obviously this is a generic type. Remember, I told you that this is very high on TypeScript. Okay, this is some sort of a generic type, so it takes a whatever type of your form. What will be those? Let's say name, control, and whatever. Name as a string, password as a string, and age as a string. So just know that this is a type. This is very important. Okay, because sometimes when you want to use the on submit method, okay, if you don't know which is which, sometimes you use the type, which is submit handler, and pass a function in it, and you will have an error because there's a lot involved here, guys, in this what can I say, in this library. Okay, so let's continue, and then from here you can also get the use form. Okay, this is very important. Okay, use form, because we are going to use this use form more often. Okay, like we're going to really use it. And then this use form, okay, it's a hook. Okay, let me type this. Okay, what is this? This is a hook. Okay, let me just type a hook here. Okay, a hook is just a certain method in React, but it is a method. Okay, and then so inside the use form, we can also get some other things. Okay, so that's why I decided to draw a Venn diagram. Please excuse my circles. Okay, now they are not like 100% circle, they are not 100% round. Okay, so please my apologies about that. Okay, so let's continue. So we've got the use form, which is a hook that has got also a lot of things. Okay, let's see. So this hook inside it, okay, when you use it, you can get a lot of things. The first thing that you get here, it's register. Okay, it's register. What is register? A register, treat it as an object. Okay, the final type that you get out of this, it's an object. Okay, think of it that way. As much as this as a register, as this one, it's a method. Okay, I hope you are not going to be confused. Okay, I can see, I can feel it that I'm confusing you. Okay, cool. What is register? Register, necessarily, it's a method. Okay, because this is how you execute it. You will pass something here, a string, meaning that this is a method. But what is most important about understanding register? It returns an object. Okay, so it's technically a method, but practically an object, because what will remain after this has been executed is an object. Okay, so I hope you understand that. And that object has got some other methods in it. Okay, so how do you use this? Okay, my apologies. I hope you have taken some notes. So now we have to delete some of the things. So I hope you got your notes very nice and clear there. Okay, my apologies about that. Okay, because I want this to be very, very clear to you. When I was busy learning or preparing for this course, okay, because I'm preparing for what's this online learning platform, Skillshare. Okay, we've got a course on Udemy, and now we want to put another course on Skillshare. So as I'm preparing for Skillshare, I think my course on Skillshare is going to be based on this. Okay, on this library. On, I think it's going to be based on handling forms. Okay, from basic to advanced. Okay, so inside this register, as you can see now, it's like we are in inception. Okay, a dream inside a dream inside another dream. So we are here. Okay, it looks like even this register has got some methods. Okay, so let's come here and change the color. Okay, and then instead of making a circle here, which is going to be clumsy, let me do this. Can't I write this register in a different color? Okay, my apologies about that. I'm trying to be nice and neat. Okay, let's write this register. Okay, save some time. Okay, register, it's an object. Okay, technically it's a method. Okay, this register has got a lot of things as well. Okay, which is important to know. Now I'm not going to some sort of put all the method inside this register. Okay, or let's say all the props, let me put it that way. Okay, but in this register, what you will find a method which is on change. Okay, this method will handle when the input change. Okay, okay, I'm not going to get into details of this. And then also on this method that you return here from register, you will get a name. Okay, the name of this input. Okay, let's say the name of this input is age. Where is this guy going to get the age? Remember, this is a method. When you are using it, you will pass age here to tell it that this input that you are registering in React hook form, it's an age, okay? As you can see. Obviously there is on Blur, okay, a lot of events, and what else on focus, okay? Let's say on focus, okay? So by just these names of these function, you've got an idea where is this register working, okay? So basically this register works like this. If we've got an input here, okay, an uncontrolled input, which is a proper input, okay, React element, okay, what we will do, we will take this object, okay, and destructure it, okay. Let's see, this is what we will do. We are going to open this bracket and we are going to type these three dots, 1 2 3, okay. This is destructuring. I'm going to explain in details about what destructuring means. We are going to destructure register. Where are we getting register? From hook use form, okay, from this hook which is use form, not from the global, okay. Now the scope of this register is inside this, okay. This is very important. So register, okay, and then with this register we need to tell React hook form what is the name of this input, okay. This name is age. This age will be taken in this method and it will be substituted inside this object, okay, that is provided by this register as a return value, and then from then it's going to be substituted here. So if we have an input like this, after this has been executed, check here what we will have. We will have the same input, but with this on change, okay, as a prop now, okay, on change as a prop equal to and on change, okay. This one React hook form will supply it, and then we are going to have a name, okay, which is going to be age, okay. Where is it going to get this age? It's getting this age from here. We are going to have a method on Blur and all other things, okay. So as you can see, this is how you use this register. You destructure it. The reason why you can destructure this, it's simply because it's an object actually, okay. You can destructure an object, okay. So let's continue. I hope you are learning, and if you do, please don't forget guys to subscribe, okay. You can also check the link in the description to join our newsletter on Substack, where we will automatically you will get all the source code of coded design, okay, all the source code and also all the updates, okay, with Figma file and all other things. In case you don't know, I've got also another channel which is coded UI, okay, where I teach Figma in detail. So if you might be interested in that, please check the channel and subscribe. So let's continue guys. So we are done with register here, okay. So the other thing that we want from here, we want let's see, this is use form. Since we are using this color for everything that is inside the use form hook, okay. So the other thing that we want to do, we want to watch, okay. Okay, we've got a watch method here, okay. What is it that we want to watch? Okay, we want to watch fields, okay. This watches the fields, okay. What is it? This is, let's say this is a let me say what changes dynamically in React. I think it's a state variable, okay. Okay, it's a state object, meaning that it keeps on changing, okay. If you can console log this, okay, when you type in an input 1 2 3, okay, inside here there's an object with all of your input and their corresponding name, so it will change also there. So when you want to watch, you want to know what's going on in the object as I am typing them, okay, and then that will show you, okay. Okay, I will demonstrate this one later, okay. And then from here on use form, as you can see guys, these methods are relating to the actual form, okay. We've got handle submit, okay. handle submit. As you can see, this naming feels like a command. Okay, sorry, handle submit. This feels like a command, right? Okay, and it is a command because it's a method. Okay, it's a method. It's the actual method that handles your own submit. So what you will do, let's say you will create your own function, which is, let's say your function is save data. Okay, the type of this is going to be what? It's going to be a submit handler. So I hope you won't forget that one. And then equal to, it receives data. And then you will do whatever that you want to do with the data. Okay. So this is the method. Okay. Now on your form, on submit, okay, on this prop, you are not going to pass this. Okay. You are going to first push this as a dependency inside this handle submit. Okay. Then you are going to push it handle submit. Okay, my apologies, my writing, and then you will pass the save data, and then this will be the proper way of doing it. So this is a method. It consumes as a dependency your actual function. Okay, let's keep it going and keep it flowing like water. So the next thing that we have here, it's a control. I think I wrote it here. It was used, or it was being consumed by a controller. I hope you still remember that one, or I'm hoping you have made some note. Okay, we've got a control. This it's used by this controller, by this JSX element. Okay, also we've got a form state. Okay, a form state, which we usually destructure it. Okay, destructure it, and inside it we look for errors. Okay, so what we can say here inside this form, we've got a form state. Inside it we've got some errors, so we can just say this is just errors. Okay, so inside these errors, it's like another watcher. Okay, okay, it's another state variable that changes as the errors are changing. Let's say you are submitting a form without something here, an empty text. Okay, that means nothing is here, and then when you click, this error object will have name, and it will put the error, let's say name required. All right. I think that is it. My apologies for obviously the bad writing, okay? But it's very important to understand here, where do you get these things? Inside they use form hook. We've got register as an object. Technically or practically, it's a method, okay? But it will return an object. We've got the watch for watching fields when you want to know what is going on instantly, or instantly in your own field as you type them. Okay, and we've got a handle submit that you put in your form. On submit, you equate this to this, and then from then it's a method, and then you've got a control. This one is being consumed by the controller for manipulating controlled inputs, okay, which are coming from ShadCN or Material UI. And then we've got a form state. When we destructure it, we can get the errors. Okay, it's also some sort of a state variable, which is responsible for displaying errors as they come. I am Matthew Msingati. I am the designer and the developer, and I'm the greatest of all time. If you feel like this has added value into your overall understanding of React hook form, please do me a favor and support this channel by hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget to check in the description. We've got a link to our Udemy course. Please go check there and support the course on Udemy. It has got 75, almost like 70% content for viewing. That means it's for free, including a nice awesome design on Figma, and then 30% is the one that you have to pay for. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.